Welcome to the High-Tech Investments News Report for Week 34. The news report covers some of the many investments projects High-Tech Investments is currently involved in so you can follow our progress. We hope you will enjoy this news feed and look forward to your comments and remarks.
Hi, Bo here, and welcome back to this week's news report, where once again, you guessed it, we have plenty of profits, plenty of updates. There is quite a few new things happening also this particular week here. As always, Forex market is still on the move. That will never stop. But obviously something has changed in the past couple of weeks, and obviously everybody has adapted to the new section, which is why also that one of the popular EA robots that we are actually using now have an upgrade available, so that you can already download today. Which one exactly it is, well, you're going to have to just watch the rest of this news report, but definitely we will update you on everything in here, including also this particular graph. This is now the British pounds USD. That one seemed to have trended quite a bit also in the past many days and in the past week in here. One of the well-trusted EAs is actually a bit in trouble over this particular one in here. So also we're going to go through that and explain exactly which one that one is. So because every single time we bring out either the Japanese or the Swiss francs, then something else is going to trend at the moment. And that also leads us to the last part, where Alex from Expert Forex also here is bringing out one of the old EAs back into the limelight here, because definitely this one here should be able to produce very, very good results. Obviously, what Alex is talking about here of about 2 million in 9 weeks, well, that is very much back testing, but that doesn't mean that this still can be possible, at least in a smaller scale, of also getting this EA dusted off and back into trading. So let's get started. Please get your favorite beverage in there, and we're going to go through everything. So we've gone through another week here. Again, this is the Yieldnodes platform. Nothing has changed, no updates, no emails, no nothing else from either Steve or Urs in here. So we're not really going to dwell on it. We have already gone through the updates for this particular platform in the past couple of weeks, where you can see the your Yieldnodes NFT, of course, in here, and you can also see some of the new coin reserves that you have, and you can go and have a closer look at that. But we are more interested to see exactly how the SAP coin is actually running, and pretty much not really running very well at the moment, and very, very low trading, as you can see. We left it here with the red circle last week. That's pretty much where we are again this week. Only minute changes over the past week, and very little volume of trading overall. So it doesn't look very good for the coin here at the moment. However, the SAP wallet that we have in here, where we are doing the staking every single week, that has been pretty okay. So we came in with the 21st of August, and again here 24th of August. We had 2 times 280 SAP. And if you have a look at August now over here, it's actually the second highest, only surpassed by May, which is quite nice, even though it is, let's say, so unstable of when we are actually getting the coins in. Definitely, it's still nice to see that it's actually working. And we got about 2.1% with 560 SAP over the past week. So it has been a good week and also a very good month so far. If we go to the PNY, similar in here, we also have 2 basically payments in here of 133 PNY on the 23rd and 24th. So that's quite nice to see. And that also brings up the entire month of August a bit over the average for the year so far. If we manage to get 1 or 2 more in there, then we're also going to be very close to the all-time high. So that would be very nice. But for now, at least we got 1.2% or 266 PNY. And that's definitely good enough in our book here at the moment compared to how everything else is developing. Developing is also the Bitcoin versus the USDT. And when we left it last week, it was about 58,500. Since then, things have been slowly but surely moving upwards. And then here by Friday and the weekend, we saw a bit of a push to basically get into the 63, 64 mark again. And at the moment it was trading sideways. So right now price is around 63,717 at the time we shooting this video. which is obviously good for the guys holding Bitcoin. Now the Trillant news, we don't have any Trillant news here at the moment, so we're going to go straight to the coinstore.com for the Tree coin, because now this is only on a monthly basis, so we might have to wait another week or two. But in between, we can see that another week of, again, deteriorating coin prices. We left it at 0.40294. Since then, it has been slowly but surely moving downwards, and then we ended up here as we're shooting the video at 4021201. So obviously, again, extremely low prices at the moment, and I don't expect anything to change anytime soon until all this audit part is actually done, and maybe people are starting to use the coins here again. In the meantime, let's look at the Trade Explorer 22 pair account. We have stopped it. We haven't started anything yet. I'm going to wait a bit until the Forex market sort of calms down. The 10 pair one did quite well last week with $609 or 6.1%, so we're quite happy with that. And if we see the development overall, 146C is the link in here for the coupling service. You can see the balance is at 34,000, but equity is only at 28. So there's actually a floating profit or loss. It's quite high at the moment at minus 6,331. Now this was taken just over the weekend, so basically on Friday. So things were going in the wrong direction here for the Trade Explorer. Overall, you can see the total returns is up 183%, monthly returns 8.2, so that's good, with a weekly return of 1.9, and the history of 466 days, so everything looked pretty okay. But the Trade Explorer did run into what I mentioned here to you in the beginning of the video. We have this particular trend here, so this is the Great British Pounds USD, has moved more than 400 pips already, both on the long and on the short term in here. You can see it entered that part, so on the second section after a small retracement, entered in here, and then the Trade Explorer has set quite a few trades now. It is up in lot size. So as we are shooting the video, actually the drawdown has come back down again. It hasn't closed, but certainly we hope that is going to take place. You could see there was a massive move again here on Friday, so quite a big jump. So let's hope this is going to actually close off in a nice profit. Don't forget that every single time it goes into a high drawdown, also ends up with a big profit at the end of the day. That is the nature of this particular EA here. So if we have a look at the numbers itself, again, the same percentages as we talked about before. We never change the lot size. That always stays the same as we are trading with a $10,000 account. But if we have a look at the net profits, we can see that there were a couple of hundred for many, many weeks, and then started to go up in July as the market changed, 600, 535. The highest we had was in early August with 1,444. Last week it dropped to 248. But then again, we have more trending currency pairs, and that also means higher profits, 609 at the end of the day. It means both higher drawdown, but also higher profits. 609, that is certainly a very good one. If you look back previous to from here in the last couple of months, we have to go all the way back here to April. So when we had something similar to that last time, we're going to hope that this particular EA just as comes over the stormy weather here at the moment and cashes in. We should be able to see that within the next 24 hours. In the meantime, let's go and have a look at the Wave Liberator for week 34. Top 5 EAs in here. So the profit is also a bit down again, so which is actually good compared to where we were before. But you can see the Aussie Japanese, especially the Japanese again, very active, $120 or 12.0%. Swiss francs Japanese also here very active at the moment, $115 or 11.5%. And then US Swiss francs, $114 or 11.4%. And then a little gap down to the Aussie USD at $85 or 8.5%. And then the last of the top 5 is the New Zealand USD, $72 or 7.2%. Overall, if you would have traded those top 5 in the past week, you would have made $506 or 10.1%. Definitely still very, very high. If we have a look at the entire portfolio, don't forget the balance up here, 246,000. We started with 220 because we have 22 accounts of $10,000. Equity is quite good, 235. So we are in positive areas. Floating profit and loss minus 10,000, almost 11,000 here at the moment. But the close profit is a lot bigger. Plenty of free margins. Total return 13.1% for now. Monthly returns 1.3. That has been pretty stable all the way through. Weekly returns 0.3. And then as we are running these, you can run them on a $1,000 account. It will be 10 times as much as what you have here, or go a bit more safe and only add 4 or 5 times into this. You will still get somewhere around maybe 5-6%. So at the end of the month, that might be the better solution. History overall, 370 days now, so more than a year. And you can see all the currencies that are being traded in here. So there is a good spread. Some are a bit low to 6%, other ones are all the way up to 10. And you can obviously find a lot more details and information on our website. Simply go to that, so hightechinvestment.com, and then you can go and have a look at the individual currency pairs, the ones that you actually want to trade at the end of the day, either the ones with the high volatility, or you go with the ones that have shown good overall stamina for very long periods of time. So with the numbers overall, you can see that it has been very stable for long periods of time, pretty much followed the same axle all the way through. And in the past couple of months, the profit has actually gone up. So even though we try to make the EA less risky and also keep the profit stable, then definitely the Forex market had other ideas with this. You'll see again, we used to have about the $400 or $500 mark per week. Then it ended up with 1,400, 2,000, and then again dropped last week to 1,084. And at the moment it's still running high, so at 987. So it is good, and as you can see, the profit is still also good, together with the drawdown. For the RSI Liberator, also here, very similar to results as last week for the top 5. We have also here a lot of Japanese. Swiss francs Japanese is on top with $125 or 12.5%. Great British Pounds Japanese shortly after, $116 or 11.6%. And then US Swiss francs, $88 or 8.8%. Great British Pounds CAT, $62 or 6.2%. And then New Zealand Japanese, also quite good here with $56 or 5.6% for the week. Overall, trading those top 5 in here, you would have made $447 or 8.9% in the past week. Definitely, again, very good percentages, slightly lower than on the Wave Liberator. But if we have a closer look, also here we have a balance of 232. We have also now 22 currency pairs for the RSI. We had that for a while now. Equity is 223 with floating profit of loss of minus 8,600. So profit and loss is a bit lower than what you had on the Wave with about the 10. So, but both of them are doing quite well. Total returns 2.1. Again, these are run on $10,000 accounts, where you should be able to run most of them on a $1,000 or $2,000 account. Monthly returns 1.2, and then weekly returns 0.3%. Trade wins 67.4, so still high. And we now have a history of 139 days. So obviously, the more details and information, the better it is. And you can go and find also here details on our website again. So for the individual currency pairs that you are interested in, to see how we have done, and if you want to actually try also your own hand at this particular EA, you can go and have a look and see which ones are the ones that are producing the best results over a longer period of time. And in the meantime, let's go and have a look at the money itself. Again, history has already been there, 142 days it says here. And then in the past couple of weeks, we have seen 500, 600, even 900. Also, about a month ago, it was 954, then 1500. Last week was 949. This week, it's slightly lower with 881. So it's still running high compared to the previous month. And if you are looking back, you can see we're not even coming close. Only here in July, and then there was about 600, so that was back in April. So pretty good returns at the moment from these particular EAs. And you can find more details on our website. As you mentioned here, you have the Wave Liberator. You click on that and that will take you to the videos and information. Same with the RSI. But we're also going to have a look at the PAMM account in here, the PAMM account that are running the Wave Liberator. And again here, so it's dealing at the moment with a weekly return of 1.2, monthly returns 5.1. We have dialed it down a bit with a history of 179 days. These two drops in here is 2 times where we had about 60,000 taken out of the account. It looks like a loss, but it actually isn't. You can see them also here, 16 and 7,700. I mentioned this many times how that works. Last week we had a profit of just over 2,000, and this week it is slightly better, so 2,148. We are very cautious at the moment of how this Forex market is actually running. So it is okay to be in the game, but definitely we want to keep it dialed down here until we see at least something coming a bit to rest. Now you can find more details and information, of course, also on the Trade Explorer that we already talked about. But today we're also going to talk about the Lucky Trader. That has been in testing here also for a while. We haven't done too much about it. And you will now notice also that we only have 3 out of the 5. That's actually because we had another couple of crashes in here. I'm going to show you that in a second. But the New Zealand USD is still doing quite well, $279 at 2.8%. Euro USD, $216 at 2.2%. And then Euro Great British Pounds, $174 or 1.7%. So those 3 did $669 or 1.3% for the past week. Now I did mention we only have a few, and that's because the Great British Pounds USD and USD CAD also had a margin call in here, and that's why you're seeing the portfolio is actually continuing to run down. We haven't actually made any changes after it was in a testing phase. And again, this particular one was set up with very small gap sizes in here. It worked very well in the beginning, but definitely it is not the way to go when we are looking at how the Forex market has trended here lately. So overall, we have a history of 68 days, as you'll see. And if we have a quick look also on the numbers that has been made, you can see they vary quite a bit. So here we have 1,000, 800, 700. And then we have the volatile period in here with 1,600, 2,000. Last week we had 1,209. And then this week here, we actually also had the 2 accounts that are crashed and burned with minus 14,883. So again, everything has to be adjusted. Everything has to be changed in here because it's no longer possible to trade it the same way. We haven't put that much effort into it, but definitely this is something we will have a look at in the future. But right now, the most important thing is our PAMM accounts and also the RSI and Wave Liberators. And with all this volatility here in the market, also Alex has made a new window with a trending EA that turned $1,000 into more than 2 million in just 9 weeks. Again, this is some details and information on back testing. Obviously, real life testing is different, so go and have a look at that particular video. So I will make sure the link is in the description below. And also a second part here is learn how to create wealth by learning this simple free technique. So Alex is basically taking us through a new EA that he has under development. So right now he is just showing the trading technique that lies behind it. And you can actually go in and do the manual trading already now. So that is obviously a good idea to always see what it is he's doing and what it is he's thinking about, how he actually develops the EAs. So you can follow that all the way through. So definitely maybe go and have a look at that particular video here too. And if you then end up with some of his EAs, this is actually one of the nice things about it. So there's a new download for existing owners. In this particular case, is the Wave and RSI Liberator EA. So this is an email that everybody within the Expert Forex forum gets, saying basically there's an upgrade ready now and owners can download the new version from the EA factory site in here. So they are the ones that are preparing the EA itself. also comes out and says the changes that have been made, and we've been talking about that for a couple of weeks here. The pruning approach has actually changed. Before we had the first and last trades, so that closed partly to achieve a zero amount, and now that has been slightly changed, so to make sure that it has a better profitability and is not losing when the trades are closing. And then also there's a new section that allows to wind down some of the pairs. If you don't want to trade them anymore, you can actually then add the currency pairs in there, and when the full trade is closed, then they won't open again. So that is another way of trying to get out of some of these trending currency pairs that we currently have. Also here, added support to relocate EAs from one computer to another one. So if you are moving it from your laptop, from your VPS, then there should be improved also methods to do this, and automatically it will start up for your new location. Allow temporary delay of trading upon excess fill by the broker. So this is some technical details behind it, and then updated default EA input parameter values. So all of this is obviously very good stuff, and this is all for free once you have actually bought the EA. So we are up to now, I believe, version 4 in here, so you can see how many changes has happened over time. And that's what we had for you in this week's news report. I hope you liked it, hope you enjoyed it. Please give us a thumbs up, comment, and a like. So also, if you want to see something else in the future on this particular news report, we will try to accommodate you. But obviously, first of all, this is all our trading, this is all our setups that we are trying to share and basically include everybody on, so they can see what works, what doesn't work, which parts are on the move and which are not. So it is very interesting here also to see that in this particular Forex market at the moment, with the trending EAs that we have in here and some of the trended markets, that you can polish off some of the old EAs. And I do forget to mention here also that one of the EAs he was mentioning that goes all the way up to 2 million in here was actually the Make Money EA. So this one has been around for quite a few years. We have traded this one in the past. So definitely could be a good, if you are already an owner of that one, polish it off, try and test it again on some of the more volatile currency pairs. Or if you haven't tried it yet, go to Expert Forex and then buy this one for yourself to see if you can actually also beat the Forex market at the moment, because definitely the trending EAs might do a lot better here at the moment than the sideways ones. Definitely still very choppy waters on most of the markets in here. So, but I'll be back next week again to try and explain a bit more on what is happening on all the platforms that we are involved in. So until then, I hope to see you on one of my other videos. Bye-bye.
I hope you enjoyed our news report. So please don't forget to like and add your comment below, as we would love to get your feedback. But before you go, make sure you subscribe to the channel and don't forget to keep the notification bell turned on. That way, you will never miss any of our future videos. We hope to see you back on this channel very soon.